everyone, I'm Whitney and I'm a mom on a mission to live a simpler and freer life by living with less, controlling my money so that we can become debt-free, and DIYs along the way to help save money and make money. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, keep on watching. Okay guys, this is my very first YouTube video like I just said, and this is my November budget, okay? We are going to be walking through my budget, hopefully live. By live, I mean in this recording. I'm not working through anything beforehand. I do have an idea of what I want to do, but we're going to be figuring it out together. So here's my November spreadsheet. This has all of my bills that will come out throughout the month. I will get paid this Friday the 5th. And then everything that is the same color in the next 2 weeks will come from this paycheck. So with that being said, we're going to flip on over. This is the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck workbook. I'm really enjoying it so far. There are some pages that I skip out on for now. I'm trying to start incorporating them, but I've only been budgeting for about 3 months now, so we're learning together. And yeah, so let's get over here. So this is the paycheck bill tracker. So this is going to be my November 5th to the 18th because I get paid here on the 19th. Everything will come up to the 18th, and then this will be new money. So from the 5th to the 18th. I'm going to write that in. And I am using pencil. I don't normally use pencil, but I don't want to have to use multiple pages, so we're going to use pencil and then I'll go back later. So my income, I'm going to try to, my setup's a little difficult to write on, so we're going to see how this works out. My income is work. My husband is a chiropractor. He just graduated last year. Yes, during the pandemic, it was crazy, and he started working. Let me think. It was March, April, maybe in May, maybe around May. And so we are working on growing our business, paying off debt, and trying to have a little bit of savings. So we always get $2,306.70. This is what our CPA has set up. And unfortunately that is not enough to cover our bills. So we do take $1,000 dividend. And so that's going to be $3,306. But I do go ahead and take my tithing out immediately and put it in my income total. So I'm going to put tithing here. Well, I will get my child tax credit, so I do need to include that. So child tax and tithing. Okay, sorry for the terrible writing. My tripod is right in front of me, and so it's making it really difficult to get in here and write. Let's see if I can maybe angle this a little bit. And our child tax credit, we do have 3 children. So we are currently getting $800. That will only continue on for 2 more months. It's been really helpful, but I know that we're not going to continue to get that, so I try to keep that in mind of how I'm going to work things in the coming months. So let me go ahead and add all this up. We have $2,306.70 plus $1,000 plus $800. I'm going to kind of reserve this $800 because I'm going to try to pay off a credit card that we have. We have about $855 left on the credit card. So I'm going to try to see if I have enough wiggle room to just put all this towards a credit card, but we'll figure it out together. So my total before I pay my tithing is $4,106. So we're going to go ahead and so that's going to be $410.67 will be my tithing. So we're going to put subtract $410.67 because I do pay 10%. And that is $3,696.03. Okay, let's get into the bills, the not so fun part. So I do, that will be right here if I can get to the right page. So what I do typically is I just flip back and forth and I transfer any of my bills, and then I will go to last month's budget and get the amounts from here. So hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, let me just double check that everything. It's probably not in focus because of my, okay. But I do have the amounts written by me of the bills that are going to be coming out. So I'm just going to copy off that so that I don't have to continually flip back and forth for you guys. So we're going to have Chase Freedom. This is a credit card. It will come out literally the day I get paid. Well, I guess I'm going to flip. I didn't put dates. So Chase Freedom is the 5th. And that is expected to be $54. Then we're going to have utilities. My Wells Fargo credit card. That's the credit card I'm trying to pay off on the 7th. So utilities come out the 7th. And those are usually about $300. So that's what I budget. I was trying to keep it lower this next month, but we will see what it comes out to be on the 7th. I should be getting a bill here for that soon. So Wells Fargo credit. I do CC for credit card. And the minimum payment on that is $27. So I will go ahead and pay the minimum and then put whatever else I can towards it later in the month. Next I have, let's see, my High Fitness account. That is also on the 7th, and that is $32. And then we're going to come over here. I don't know if you guys can see, but on the 13th I have our health insurance, which is by Freedom Life. Is that my 13th? Let me see. I swear I just paid that. And that is $459.70. If you guys know any way to save on healthcare, please let me know. I mean, I know this is a pretty good price, but yeah, it's so frustrating to think of all the things you could do with that money each month. We have Costco Card. And that was on the 14th. That minimum payment is $141. And then we have Netflix. That will come out the 15th. That's $14. I will get my child tax credit that day. And then American Airlines credit card and cordial. Cordial's different every month. I do have a small Etsy business. I need to work it more. I don't really make very much, but I'm not ready to give it up yet. So I usually budget about $16 for that. It just depends on how many people buy my product. And then the American Airlines credit card is about $140. Or it is $140, I should say. What else do we have to pay for? And then it looks like Hulu is on the 19th, so that should be it. And then I do go ahead and budget out half of my rent and half of my car payment. My rent is $2,000 a month. We live in Colorado and we are renting. So that I just put one half. There's no due date, it's not due till the 1st. So I save $1,000 for that. And then our cars are super expensive right now, as you guys know, and half of our car is $244.54. So that should be everything. I don't remember if I finished what I was saying about rent, but yeah, we do live in Colorado and it is an expensive area. $2,000 was basically the least we could find in our area. We could find some that were just slightly less, but there was things like no backyard or no AC. I guess a lot of houses, we're originally from Texas, so I guess a lot of houses here that are older didn't have AC. But I am super glad after living through a Colorado summer that we did not listen to the people that were telling us it was okay, because we would have been hot. So let's go ahead and add this up. I'm going to type very carefully so I don't make a mistake. 300 plus 27 plus 32 plus 459.70 plus 141 plus 140 Okay, so all of that comes to just our bills, things we have to pay to live here is $2,428 gag. And then let's see how much we will have left over. So out of our $3,696.03, come on. Oh yeah, that's not right. I must have added. Okay, let's try this again. 3,696.03 subtracting $2,428.24. That looks right. So left over, we will have $1,267.79. So I'm going to bring that down here. I do use cash envelopes. And let me tell you, if you have never tried it, it definitely helps you keep track of your money. I prefer this as opposed to having 50 different accounts that I have to have different cards for, and getting cards mixed up, and it just helps me really manage my money. I do have my binder that I will reference right next to me to know if I have a little bit of extra in here. I don't roll it over like some other, sorry, what I meant was I don't take it out and put that towards debt just yet, because I would like a little cushion in the areas that I am stuffing envelopes, because those are basically our basic needs. So I like to have a little extra cushion there when we can. So hopefully you guys can still see everything. So we're gonna start with groceries. I usually do $270, so that's $135 a week. We do have $6 left over, but we have Thanksgiving and all of that coming up. I I'm gonna try to do a little less this time just so I can try to reserve this $800 like I was talking about to possibly pay off that credit card. So we're gonna just work it and see where we're at the end. So let's do $250. Let's do $230. So that will give me $115 each week. I do have a good stock of meat and canned foods and pasta, so hopefully we'll be able to stick to that $115. And then my next category, I usually just flip back and see what I did. Gas, I usually do between $80 and $95. My husband and I both drive. I'm driving the kids around to school and he's driving to work, even though, but he does have a good break in the middle of the day, so he likes to come home, so that's twice the amount of gas, but it does save us on food because he's not eating out. So I do have $44 in my gas, and I like to keep this as close to 100 as possible. So I'm gonna put $56, and that will get us to $100 for the next 2 weeks. I don't anticipate needing to use all of that, but if something arises that we need to go somewhere and use a little bit of extra gas, I just like having that cushion to know that I'm not gonna have to take out of savings or from another envelope. So that will put me with, again, the 44 I have in my envelope currently, that will put me at 100. Dining out, I believe I have, let me see, $26 in currently. We try not to eat out, but I do expect to eat out at least once a week just for things that come up when, you know, the kids have a lot of homework or, you know, things just come up. So I like to have that there, again, just so I don't have to pull out of my savings. I want to see that growing. We are still working on our $1,000 emergency fund. So technically, if I was following the Dave Ramsey plan to a T, yes, I'm being Dave-ish, I would have saved that $1,000 first. But I was already, before I started his plan, really working on debt. And because we own our own company, technically I look at what is in the business account as our savings. If we really needed the money, we could pull it out, but of course we want to reserve that for the business and keep it in there for business emergencies. So I am trying to have our own small savings, but it's not as huge of a deal because, again, we do have our own business. So for eating out, I'm gonna do 25. So we might be able to eat out twice if we use coupons or do like a pizza night, something like that. Again, I'm sorry for like the terrible writing, you guys. This is really hard with my tripod in front of me. Miscellaneous, I try to keep that at 100 also. That gives me $50 that for things that come up over the each week. But I haven't been able to do that lately. So I have $47 in there currently. So what do we want to do here? Because that would be what, $53 to get it to 100 this week. So let's go ahead and try to see if I can do that and still have enough to pay off this credit card. I'm doing a happy dance to get rid of that. Okay, let's see if that is all of the things I usually write. Oh, kids. I usually give the kids, I usually have a budget for the kids also. I am trying to build this up because it is winter. You guys, it's November 1st today and we had our first snowfall. Luckily it didn't really stick, but I know winter is coming and my kids are going to be needing sweaters and some warmer clothes. So currently in kids, let's see. I typically only stuff this for, you know, I'll maybe do $50 for all 3 of my children for 2 weeks. So just for things that come up to do fun things as a family, or if their school says they need some money for something. But right now I am prioritizing this for clothing. I have $90 right now. Let me see if I could do, we'll just try to do 20. Let's see how much we are left with. I know we're getting close to that $800 because I do have a Christmas sinking fund. I have a goal of $350, or sorry, I have a goal of $150 per child, so that puts me at what, $150, $300, $450 there. And then I was having a goal of having $100 for things like activities and a Christmas tree, maybe some decor for the season, which, you know, $100 on all that won't go very far. And then I was budgeting $30 per stocking, and both my husband and I would get a stocking, so 30 times 5, so that would put me at needing $700 for Christmas. I do have a little bit in my Christmas savings already, so when I did the math, I need to save $97 per paycheck if I'm gonna get there by Christmas. So let me go ahead and add this up and see how we're doing. So we have 230, 56, 25, 53, and 20. So that would put us at 384. Let's go ahead and subtract that. 1, 2, 6, 7. Wow, this is like basically what I have left, but that'll make me a little short with the 97, so maybe I won't be able to pay it all off this time around, but we will get pretty close. So let me write that down here. That gives me $800. $83.79. We're gonna bring that up here. So we are going to, I have other goals that all of our birthdays are at the end of the year, so I typically stuff that. I typically stuff, you know, very small amounts like $10, $15, and things like health for medicines or going to the doctor. Date night will get $10 typically, but because I'm really trying to pay this card off, I'm going to skip all that this go around and just do Christmas, because I have time to make up that other birthday money before birthdays are here. So we're going to subtract that 97. That's going to leave us with 786, 79. So I really should have put that here, but I am going to have a little buffer in my account in case for whatever reason one of these bills is a little high, or if there's a bill I just forgot about. Sorry, not sinking total. The sinking total is 97. And we're going to do $786.79. So let's just say I'm going to do a buffer of $100 to leave in my account. And this is the extra debt section. So again, technically that should have gone there, but you know, we're working with it. I don't want to rewrite everything. And then, what should we do? I'm trying to think of what I want to do. Wells Fargo. So I will have already paid $27 towards it. Let's go ahead and put I guess just the rest, and we'll see how this pans out. So I will not pay this until I get my child tax credit on the 15th. So this will wait. I'll pay my minimum that I need to do, and then I will put a big chunk towards it. So we got the $786, $79 minus the $100, and that gives us $686.79. So that's really exciting. I'm a little bummed because I really wanted to pay this thing off and get it out of my life, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that this go around. So we have $786 for a total in this category. That is going to leave us with a leftover of $0. If I do have a small rollover from this past paycheck, which I'm anticipating a little bit, I might be able to throw some at our savings. So I'm really close. I think I'm at $790. I'm really close to that $1,000 mark, which I want to get to as soon as possible. But I also don't want to accrue more interest on these. So agree with me, don't agree with me, it's what I'm doing. I don't know. Figuring it out as I go. But like I said, I just feel good about doing our savings a little more slowly because we do have our business that we can pull from if really, really needed, even though we don't want to do that. So we are left over, and we're going to go ahead and do the math to make sure I didn't make a mistake, because sometimes that happens. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'll put this pencil down so I can. Okay, and we're gonna subtract the bills. 2,000 for 28, 24. Good, we got the same amount. We're gonna subtract our stuffing. 384. We have $883.79 left. We're gonna take out our Christmas money. $786.79, and that is correct. So we have $0 left. Again, that doesn't mean there's $0 in my bank account, because we'll have this buffer and the little bit of rollover that is in there from this last paycheck to add a little bit of a cushion. So that is good, and we'll be spending money out of here, so we'll know we're safe. But thank you for watching my first video. Hopefully this worked out. I know a lot of people just go ahead and fill it in, but I really wanted you guys to see kind of the thought process and the things that go in to making these decisions. And my next video will be pulling this money out of the bank and getting it stuffed into my envelopes. So I hope you guys will tune in for that video, and we will talk to you soon.